So, a quick deep dive on Boston's perennial work, which is just one of my all time favorite songs in the world. Tom Scholz, should you ever see this, I salute you, sir. I'm in a basement, so, you know. But that first album has just absolutely been a part of my life ever since it came out. And yeah, so one of the things that I wanted to look at was the main solo. I think of it as the main solo on More Than a Feeling. So starts off something like that, and it's a work that's so well crafted into the song as a whole. Uh, Isolating it almost seems like a crime because there's so much brilliant guitar work before and after the solo. But if you want a sort of access point into the solo, then maybe this is a good start. So we're going to start with a run up that is so unexpected and so rock and roll. It's going to come down here and so slower is right, and then that unexpected grab of a D and bring it up to an E. So like that is sort of the first run, and then he brings it back down. Right? So you can look at that a whole lot of different ways. One of the best ways that I like to look is to watch him do it live, and see the choices that he makes and the position choices that he makes when he does it live, compared to all the things you hear on the album. So like that is going to be our first run, and it just gives us this solid foundation. There's just so much meat down there. You don't hear a lot of solo work starting down in the lower register. Generally, you're going to hear, look at Angus. He's going to start up here, right? And you look at some of the other greats in rock and roll. They won't start out at the same registers that Tom Scholz might, and you might attribute some of that to some of the classical influence that is really permeating Boston's work. And you hear the structure and the form of the songs, how they're very intricately crafted, part after part after part. It's very sort of classical, neoclassical in a way. And so when we look at an entry point for a solo, it's going to be a fast entry point. This is not going to be quick, easy, or simple. All right, it's Boston. So as you're going is going to be our first run, and then that's answered in just the most fun way. Fun. And then we're going to just do that kind of same lick one more time, but way up high. Now remember, access to that high register is going to be absolutely critical. And my thumb is just right up here out front when I played that high part. It's just more comfortable that way. So work. Thumb up front. Just for me, that's what's comfortable, but it gets me up there. And then he comes down here on this wanking G sharp, which is the funnest thing in the world. How do you come back down off of a screaming I think we're in a C sharp up here, right? Fun. So don't forget that flick, G to G sharp. And then there's different ways to go approach up to the B. I like to go like that. Not even sure if that's exactly how they do it, but that's how I get up to that B note. Oops. Right, and then we're going to get into I screwed it up, but you get the idea. And then the last part is a couple of options. Is clean. You can also go like that. It's a little awkward at first, but and I sometimes hit that open G when I do it wrong. But you can get a good scream and a clean scream if you go, and that's a B, D sharp, F sharp, take the A up to B, right? Or the A sharp up to B is even easier. Right? And then we're going to go remember the classical influence, and like Chet Atkins, don't skimp. There's a lot of nuance that I'm missing here just with this little thing. So when there, I hit that extra C sharp too hard. It's really subtle, but there's an extra little scream in there. There's a lot of little things like that that will make this sound really good once you get the wire work down. So from the beginning, whoops. Let's try it It's a lot of mistakes on my part. And then all the way up to that B. Great stuff, and it's a lot of fun to play, and hopefully this will give you sort of an entry point into the solo. It's it's pretty intimidating, honestly, when you first listen to it, and it's hard to find a handle on how do you get into it, but hopefully this might give you an entry in. And yeah, I know I made mistakes on it, but I invite you to listen to the pros do it live and listen to how they do it, and listen to the teamwork that they put together and make it sound really, really good. Thanks.